Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Pravrajaka Acharya Ashtatrashta Shri Srimad Abhay Charan Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda ki Nama Acharya Shahridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Śrī Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vas Adi Gaur Bhaktavrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Radha Kund Shyama Kund Giri Govardhan ki Vrindavan Dham ki Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Mai ki Yamuna Mai ki Tulsi Devi ki Bhakti Devi ki Samaveta Bhaktavrinda ki Jai Nitai Gaur Pramananda. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9 and text 38. So please repeat. Śita-viśikha-hato viśīrṇa-daṁśaḥ kṣataja-paripluta ātatāyino me prasabham abhisasāra mad-vadhārthaṁ bhavatu me bhagavān gatir mukundaḥ śita-viśikha-hato viśīrṇa-daṁśaḥ kṣataja-paripluta ātatāyino me prasabham abhisasāra mat-vadhārthaṁ bhavatu me bhagavān gatir mukundaḥ śita-viśikha-hato viśīrṇa-daṁśaḥ kṣataja-paripluta ātatāyino me prasabham abhisasāra mad-vadhārthaṁ bhavatu me bhagavān gatir mukundaḥ śita-viśikha-hato viśīrṇa-daṁśaḥ kṣataja-paripluta ātatāyino me prasabham abhisasāra mad-vadhārthaṁ bhavatu me bhagavān gatir mukundaḥ. Shita, sharp. Viśikha, arrows. Hataḥ, wounded by. viśīrṇa-daṁśaḥ, scattered shield. kṣataja, by wounds. Paripluta, smeared with blood. Ātatāyinaḥ, the great aggressor. Me, my. Prasabham, in an angry mood. Abhisasāra, began to move on. Mad-vadhā-artham, for the purpose of killing me. Saha, he. Bhavatu, may become. Me, my. Bhagavān, the personality of Godhead. Gatiḥ, destination. Mukundaḥ, who awards salvation. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. May He, Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa, the personality of Godhead, who always awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. On the battlefield, He charged me, as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was scattered, and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds. Purport. The dealings of Lord Krishna and Bhishmadev on the battlefield of Kurukshetra are interesting because the activities of Lord Śrī Kṛṣṇa appear to be partial to Arjuna and at enmity with Bhishmadeva. But factually, all this was especially meant to show special favor to Bhishmadev, a great devotee of the Lord. The astounding feature of such dealings is that a devotee can please the Lord by playing the part of an enemy. The Lord, being absolute, can accept service from his pure devotee even in the garb of an enemy. The Supreme Lord cannot have any enemy, nor can a so-called enemy harm him because he is ajita or unconquerable. But still, he takes pleasure when his pure devotees beats him like an enemy or rebuke him from a superior position, although no one can be superior to the Lord. These are some of the transcendental reciprocated dealings of the devotee with the Lord. And those who have no information of pure devotional service cannot penetrate into the mystery of such dealings. Bhishmadeva played the part of a valiant warrior, and he purposefully pierced the body of the Lord so that to one common eyes it appeared that the Lord was wounded, but factually all this was to bewilder the non-devotees. The all-spiritual body cannot be wounded, and a devotee cannot become the enemy of the Lord. Had it been so, Bhishmadeva would not have desired to have the very same Lord as the ultimate destination of his life. Had Bhishmadeva been an enemy to the Lord, Lord Krishna could have annihilated him without even moving. There was no need to come before Bhishmadeva with blood and wounds. But he did so because the warrior devotee wanted to see the transcendental beauty of the Lord decorated with wounds created by a pure devotee. This is the way of exchanging transcendental rasa or relations between the Lord and the servitor. By such dealings, both the Lord and the devotee become glorified in their respective positions. The Lord was so angry that Arjuna checked him when he was moving towards Bhishmadeva, but in spite of Arjuna's checking, he proceeded towards Bhishmadeva as a lover goes to a lover, without caring for hindrances. Apparently, his determination was to kill Bhishmadeva, but factually, it was to please him as a great devotee of the Lord. The Lord is undoubtedly the deliverer of all conditioned souls. The impersonalists desire salvation from him, and he always awards them according to their aspiration. But here, Bhishmadeva aspires to see the Lord in his personal feature. All pure devotees aspire for this. Hare Krishna. So we see how Bhishmadeva actually is he's desiring for personal relationships with the Lord. Now, okay, of course, he has some desire, transcendental desire, to not working. Hare Krishna. So, the devotee, Bhishmadeva, then he has some transcendental desire to reciprocate with the Lord. Now the Lord, he is rasa-vaisaha. So all the rasa, all the relationships actually then do come now from the Lord. So anything the devotee desires, the Lord can fulfill. So here Bhishmadeva, then now he wants to reciprocate with the Lord certain way. So the Lord fulfills that. So he is a warrior. So as a warrior, then he wants to see the reciprocation now between warriors. Like Krishna can be the best warrior. So and then so that he even let himself be wounded just to please Bhishmadeva. Now, sometimes it can be very difficult to understand, but the devotees do so to please the Lord. Like we see in the case of Jai and Vijay. Then the whole thing was prearranged, so then the Lord can have fun. So then, now that the 4 Kumaras go to Vaikuntha and they get stopped. They get angry. I mean, they wouldn't get angry, but no, it was prearranged. They get angry. Angry at whom? Who stopped them? Who stopped them? It was Jai and Vijay. Why did they stop them? Oh, you are not eligible to go to Vaikuntha. Who do you think you are? Okay, we will curse you. And they got cursed. No. Now, the Lord could have done so many things. He could have taken the curse away, he could have, but not. He actually appreciated it, no, because he knew what's going to happen, and he wanted a good fight. But whom is he going to fight with? Is he going to take then some demons to fight? Some people, which he doesn't really, those who don't respect him? He wants to have, it's a good fight, and then the best fight, then his devotees will give. But then, the devotees should not know that they are devotees. So he is in control of the Yogamaya, right? And Yogamaya just covers the devotee. So the devotees start thinking, oh, I'm a demon. So then, Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu. And it goes on, right? So then the real fight happens. And that's what the Lord wants. He wants to have good fight. So the devotees, we see like in Jai Vijay, they didn't object. They knew they didn't do anything wrong. But they did not object to go to the earth and go to the material world and then have some reciprocation with the Lord, because the Lord wanted it. They were very aware of it. So they accepted it and did their best, what they could have done to please the Lord. So this is a devotee. So Bhishmadeva, he wants the reciprocation on the battlefield. So then he does that, and the Lord, he pleases him. He lets himself not be wounded. And for him, it's not a betterment, because he knows that he is pleasing his devotee. We see, for example, the reciprocation in Goloka between the cowherd boys. They have fights. Now, Krishna, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and if he wants, he will just eliminate everyone, right? But does he want that? He wants to lose sometimes. Sometimes he wins, sometimes he loses. And so therefore, maybe, Sri Ram, then he can think, okay, I beat Krishna today. So, and okay, both are happy. Krishna, or that Krishna is being tied by Mother Yashoda. Cannot he do something about it? He doesn't have to, do that. But he is there, small little child, being chastised by his mother. And he's even playing with her. But it's a personal relationship. So the Lord, he is ready. He is ready to come to us. And based on what? Based on what actually we want, what the devotee wants. He is ready to reciprocate. Now, but how is he? Based on what he is going to reciprocate? Right? He is going to reciprocate based on our consciousness, what we want. It's like example. Now, you have a little child. How do we reciprocate with the little child? Are we going to reciprocate with him? Okay, so he is my equal, so then now I have to deal with him like an adult. But how is he going to understand everything like what adult already experienced? So how is he going to appreciate that kind of reciprocation? No, child needs a little different. Special attention, affection. We have to be soft. We have to be very caring. Because they naturally feel, they need protection. Adults don't need protection. Those are supposed to be given protection. But the child, not. So then we cannot deal with him on the same level. We have to be able to talk to him in a language, the body language, such a way so then he understands. Sometimes, it's little child, he wants to play. Now you can play with him. What's the big deal? Like Srila Prabhupada was saying once that one man, he wanted to speak with Prime Minister. And the secretary said, no, you cannot speak now. No, you have to wait. He is busy. So he's waiting for half an hour. He's waiting for an hour. No, what is he busy with? No. So she left. So he just he comes inside, to look what's happening in the room. Now, why is he busy? Nobody's coming in and out. No, there's not supposed to be any meeting. So he looked, and there he is, the Prime Minister. He is on all four, and he is playing a horse for his little child. So there, can you imagine like a Modi being on all four and playing like that, right? That's what it is. He is the ruler of the country, but he is being a horse for his little child. How that can happen? Personal relationships. How does Krishna become Arjuna's servant as a charioteer? And Krishna tolerates that. And even tolerates Arjuna's feet to direct him, because that's what they do. So, because of personal relationship. So, what is our desire? How we want to reciprocate with Krishna? What's in the heart, not on the tongue, not what we say, but what's in the heart. Krishna will naturally do everything to fulfill the desire. So Bhishmadev, he has one desire. Some little child, they may have some other desire. Now when we see devotees, those who are purified, they have one desire. They want to please Krishna, they want to constantly be engaged in Harinam Sankirtan, they want to preach. We see Srila Prabhupada. Untiringly, he went around the world many times. For what? To spread Krishna consciousness. Now, many devotees, they may not be that purified, so they have also some other desires. So Krishna fulfills that. He is reciprocating. He sees what the devotee wants, and he is going to fulfill his desire, so that the devotee actually is pleased. Of course, as a father to the child, then he fulfills the desire of the child, but to see that it's not detrimental for the child. So if the child wants something which is illegal or illicit, then the father will not give. But then, he will see how to do it such a way so then maybe to create distaste for that particular thing in the child. And not just necessarily no. Because no can create even more desire in the child than to get that. Like the example when Srila Prabhupada was saying, like when he was small, he had very intense desire to try to put finger in the fan, running fan. As an adult, and now, then we know what can happen. But the child has no experience. So for him it's just attractive. Oh, the wind is coming. No, if I put what happens? No idea. So now the father, now he saw that. So what? He said, don't do it, right? So that time he will not do it. But then the child probably would think, why should I not do it? No, now father is not there. Let me try it. And then what will happen? He will get injured. So then the father, being smart, then he saw the desire, so he just said, don't do it. Just wait a little. Then he switched off the fan. And the fan is moving around and is spinning down. So when it's slow, he said, put the finger inside. So the child can help him, and gets a knock on the finger. It maybe hurt a little bit, but nothing really happened. But then that's enough for the intelligence, even of the child, to figure out, wow, it's so slow, and I got knocked, and it hurts. Now, if it would be faster, it hurts more. And if it's full speed, maybe I will lose my finger. So that was enough experience for the child, for Srila Prabhupada, then to not to desire to put the finger into the fan again. So, purpose fulfilled. So the Lord, He is seeing what are our desires, and He is going to guide us. Do you have desires to perform karma, or jnana, or yoga? So there are ways how we can do it. But the same way, then while doing it, then He will lead us to progress. But following the karma kanda or jnana kanda, then it's a slow process, especially in this age. So the Lord, He has some other tricks in His sleeves, right? As you say. There was one, I heard that there was one devotee in Gaudiya Math, brahmachari. And when they asked him, why did you join? And he said, I want to go to Svargaloka. What? Why become a brahmachari? Why you want to go to Svargaloka? He said, I want to enjoy nice women. Over here, the women are not nice. They're like frogs. I cannot enjoy. I want to go to Svargaloka to enjoy. Okay. And so why do you take up brahmachari in Vaishnava line? Well, because I know that's the best way how you can fulfill your desires. Right? So that was his initial desire. Now, it was a long time ago. Now, I don't know how it ended, but I'm quite sure that the desire for the Svargaloka very fast disappeared, because he was a brahmachari, he was good brahmachari, he was doing the services, heart gets purified, and then one sees that it's all useless to think like that. Similar like Dhruva Maharaj. Right? We see, he wants some materialistic desires, and when he, by perfect sarana, he achieved to get darshan of the Lord, he laments. he is lamenting. Why did I want something materialistic from the Lord? I feel ashamed of myself. So that's the thinking of the devotee. But that's what happens. I know another devotee, and that just illustrates now how careful we have to be about dealings with devotees. The devotee, now he was in a community of devotees, and senior devotee, but sometimes he was like a little short-tempered. So at some point, then he was getting into some disagreements with devotees. Sometimes it was like physical disagreements with devotees. And he got into also little criticizing. Now, what does Krishna do when a devotee starts criticizing? To protect the devotee, then Krishna leads him out of the association of devotees. Until then he realizes, and then he can come. But at least to protect him, not to do more offenses. So okay, so that's what happened. Now that devotee, he became feeling like a bitter. And he was feeling, I don't want to be devotee anymore. But he had difficulties then to remove the memories of Krishna. So nonetheless, then he said, okay, I'll become a non-devotee. I have to do it. So what he did, he took up a work in the cargo ship. Cargo ship, those are like a very low-class laborers. You are there. And anything and everything, all the four regulative principles broken. It's just associating with like low-class people. Nobody wants to do it. So he went through it. Then, but he was still in touch with one devotee. So after some years of not doing that, he wrote a letter to his friend saying, so frustrating. I'm doing everything I cannot forget Krishna. So it's a fact. If you don't want to come to that point that you will not be able to forget Krishna, then better don't go to Vrindavan, don't go to Kashi-Ghat. No. Because the attraction naturally happens. So again, after that I didn't hear about the devotee, but from my dealings with boys in Gurukul, I know all this is just a temporary thing. That Krishna has planned for every one of us. So, similar like Ajamil, you may just fall down for some time, but sooner or later, it will come to the point that Krishna will again find you, and you will not be able to get away from him. Which some may feel kind of like this is a bad thing. But actually, we know this is the best thing, because he is Bhakta Vatsala. No, he is our best friend. We don't know that. So Krishna fulfills our desires, whatever we desire, and he fulfills the desires then based on our consciousness and in our language, whatever we need to hear, however we need to get it. Like, as a devotee, we should be compassionate. We should be compassionate to all the living entities. So now, if you go past, you go somewhere on the road and you see some street dog running. Then how do you show compassion for the street dog? Right? So you can do it by not kicking the dog. Otherwise, you might end up like the Brahmana in the story of the dog and Lord Ramachandra. No. Anyway, you don't want to kick dogs. But at least just ignore the dog. But you may send some Hare Krishna to the dog. That benefits the dog. You may give some prasad to the dog. Give prasad, the dog will be wiggling his tail, how happy he is. Maybe he will follow you after that, who knows. But yes, there are many ways how you can show the compassion. But will you invite your dog or the dog to your house and let him sit, hey, you sit here, and then give him a plate of prasad and then eat with him? Will you let the dog sleep with you in your bed? No. Why not? Because this is inappropriate. So that's the consciousness of the dog, and your consciousness is to understand, it's higher, and to understand how to fulfill the desire of the dog. So you do everything and the dog will be very happy if you do it right. So Krishna, he is dealing with us the same way. He sees our consciousness. And if we want to maintain the dog consciousness, okay, so he will give little prasad, he will give some satisfaction, he will throw some stick to us, so we run happy. And think that we are doing very well. But as soon as we want to get rid of the dog consciousness, then Krishna will deal with us differently. But until then, when we think that we are dogs, or we are playing here just like the kids, then, okay, be here, play, be happy. Because when you are ready, call me. No? That's what it is. So we should work on elevating our consciousness. So as soon as we can do that, then immediately it happens that Krishna will reciprocate. And he knows perfectly what we think. He is the Paramatma. So he knows. And because of that, then the moment we are ready, that moment he will deal with us according to that. And then for that, then that's the Vaidisarana Bhakti. So we do it not to purify ourselves, but then later on when we come to the platform of Raganuga, Prema Bhakti, then it's not anymore based on the rules and regulations. It's about how we want to please Krishna. So Bhishma Dev here, he is pleasing Krishna. He wants to please Krishna by fighting with him. And Krishna is absolutely happy. Bhishma Dev is absolutely happy. There is no need to think, why Bhishma Dev? He could have think about something. No. Krishna, he likes to reciprocate with all kind of devotees, all kind of mentalities. He can fulfill desires of everyone. He likes the varieties. So somebody can be Krishna's lover. Somebody can be his servant. Somebody can be his friend. Being his friend, somebody can be his friend, like Arjuna, that they talk together, sleep together, do eat together, do everything together. Or like Bhishma, they fight together. It's not a real fight, not a hate fight. It's a fight like Krishna Kshatriyas have. No? But it's for real, and especially for the non-devotees, it's, he hates him. No. The same way, Varahadev, he hates Hiranyaksha. He's having fun. So, it's all to show how Krishna takes care. Paritranaya sarunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam. That's what the Lord does. He wants to reciprocate. And even those, the enemies, so-called enemies, it's only they think that they are enemies of the Lord. Shishupal, he thought he is an enemy of Krishna. Okay, Krishna deals with him appropriately. But Krishna was never enemy of Shishupal. He just deals appropriately. Dharma must be established, must be followed. So we think that Krishna doesn't like us, or we think that now I'm enemy of Krishna. So you want to think like that? Okay, so Krishna will deal. But that's not the nature. So when we realize, I'm not an enemy of Krishna. In fact, I'm servant of Krishna, and I want to please Krishna. I love Krishna. And how do I want to please Krishna? Okay, the best way I want to please Krishna this way. That will be so nice if I can reciprocate with Krishna. Krishna will fulfill the desire. But before that, we have to purify ourselves. So Vaidhi Bhakti is very necessary. To come to the purification, we cannot speculate. Oh, I'm gopi. Now I can do. If you have enough money, now you can go to Radha Kunda, you can buy Siddha Pranali. That's bogus. Previously, it was applied, but only with Akinchana Babajis. And where are the Akinchana Babajis? There are not many left. So therefore, the way how to figure out what is the best, what is what's in our heart, we have to purify the heart, like the mirror. You have to clean the mirror to see actually the proper face. So we have to clean the mirror of our heart to see what's in the heart, and then we can reciprocate. And as soon as we have a desire, Krishna will reciprocate back. That's the process. It works 100%, there is no fail. It only that we have to accept it, we have to understand it, and follow by surrendering. Sarva dharman parityaj mamekam sharanam raja. And Krishna, aham tam svaropapabhyo mokshayasham mam tucha. He gives our protection. He leads us to everything. We should have no fear. We know for sure that Krishna is our protector. He is our guide. He is our friend. He is our father. He is our mother. He is everything to us. But we may not know that because we cover ourselves. Like the dog, and then now I should bark. Now I should have sex. Now I should do this. Now I should do that. Now I should bite. It's all temporary covering. So, the moment it's like taking some drugs or drinking. When you drink, you don't know what you are doing, right? But the next day, then you have a headache, and when you come to your senses, then you think, what stupid thing I was doing. So we have to come out of the delirium which we are in, thinking that we are here to enjoy. And as soon as we just think about to come out of it, Krishna will take care of it. That's the purpose. That's our purpose being here. That's our purpose being here in Mayapur Dham. To serve Krishna, Radha Madhava, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that's the way how we can regain our real consciousness. And when we regain our real consciousness, then Krishna will deal with us on the level of our real consciousness and not what we are thinking. So, everybody can do that. Not everybody wants to do that. That's a problem. Hare Krishna. Now, are there any questions? Yes. You want some mic? Yeah.
Hare Krishna, quoting Maharaj. Maharaj, any living entity who lives only to satisfy the Lord is called a demigod.
He is trying to?
Demigod.
Okay.
So in that case, all the devotees, Goswamis and Maharajas be treated as demigods because they are all satisfying the Lord here and there, now and then.
The demigods?
Yeah.
So, see, the demigods also play part in Krishna's satisfaction. So you see like Abhimanyu, right? Who was Abhimanyu? He was a Gandharva. Now, he fought, he took birth as Arjuna's son. And he fought on the side of Krishna. But then when he was killed, then Arjuna was lamenting, very, very much. But Krishna, he showed Arjuna, there is no need to lament. He is not situated badly. He just went back to being Gandharva. So, let's go, we can see him. So they went, saw him, and he was situated there. So when Krishna appears, then many of his associates, Nitya Siddhas, and many of the demigods, they also come. Right? Who was Vidura? No. Who was Yudhishthira Maharaj? No. So we know they come, they play part because they are devotees. But the problem with demigods is then they have so much of opulence, they get bewildered. Like Indra, he's a devotee. And then just consider that when there is the Govardhan Lila, right? So, at that time Krishna was very young, and Indra gets a big lesson, right? So he is the greatest devotee, and then he surrenders, and please forgive me, and all this, right? Then, some years later, when Krishna goes to Dwaraka, then he goes for the Parijata flower. In the heavenly time, it's just a few moments. So, few moments later, Indra was bowing down to Krishna, seeing his power. So, okay, I am your servant, please forgive me. Few moments after that, then he sees Krishna again and he challenges him, I'll fight you. They forget because of so much of opulence. And even now you have people who are very rich. You go to preach some millionaire or billionaire, and you tell him, look, take up Krishna consciousness. Look how much suffering is in the material world. Everything is so bad. He will be thinking about, some lunatic or something. I have money, therefore I have everything what I want. Look, I have many houses, in every big city. I have my nice family. I have my nice wife. I have children. Helicopter, private jet, anything I want, just I do like this and it's happening to me. So what are you talking about? It's suffering. I have anything I want. I don't want anything else. Get lost. Right? They are forgetting. They are forgetting that they are getting old. Then birth, old age, disease, death. They are forgetting because they are so illusioned. So and then something happens, right? And then the house broken, maybe some earthquake, some tsunami. No, they like to have their own island. But okay, no, some tsunami comes, gone. With that, the whole family gone. And then he starts figuring out, it's lamenting, it's so much of distress in this material world. Then they become reminded. Like Maharaj Chitraketu. He got married to 10 million wives just to have a child. One is a problem, right? To maintain. Can you imagine 10 million? Each one has a palace. So can you imagine how rich he must have been? And she is not alone. She has the whole entourage to take care of. Who provides? Him. So how eager was he to get the child? And then with the blessing of sadhus, then he gets the child. How happy must he be, right? And he has the child and he loses the child. So how much suffering he must have gone through. We cannot imagine this. So we only think, oh, I'm suffering so much. No, today I didn't get prasad. So nobody can imagine my suffering. What about Pandavas? They go to forest. Now, Draupadi, she is not accustomed to be in the palace. She must go, she decided she wanted to go because she is a chaste wife with her husbands to the forest to follow them. That's great hardship. Sita Devi, following Lord Ramachandra, that's suffering for her. But worse suffering is be without him. So, the world is full of suffering, but sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we cause it ourselves, but sometimes it just happens to us without even knowing about it. By providence. Lord Ramachandra, how did he deserve to go to the forest? He didn't. It was some envious woman who caused the whole thing. So, but it happened. Maharaj Harishchandra, right? He didn't deserve great punishment, but he was actually tested by Vishwamitra and the demigods, and his suffering cannot be compared to what you may hear that somebody is suffering. So we have no idea what real suffering means, but we take the liberty saying, I'm so much suffering. So when we realize that actually we are the luckiest people in the world, we are here in Mayapur, even spending a moment of time in Dham, you are the luckiest person in the world. But instead, I'm suffering, I didn't get prasad. You understand? It's completely contradictory. We are thinking about our suffering rather than thinking about our great fortune. And so the demigods, they are like that. They are just thinking about not their suffering, about their enjoyment. And they forget they are the suras. But sometimes they are being reminded, but it's only for a moment, and then again they become almost dealing like asuras. But nonetheless, they are suras, they are devotees. But because of their exposure to sense gratification, they forget. Like the billionaire, he forgets for the moment. But when the time is up, or somebody comes not to replace them, then they start figuring out. When the whole universe is being tormented, and the demigods don't know what to do, like Hiranyaksha or Hiranyakashipu, they become more powerful. Oh, no, what do we do? We cannot fight them. Oh, so please, no, Lord Brahma, tell us. I don't know what to do. The only thing I know that we have to ask Lord Vishnu. He's the only one who can help. So then everybody's so humble at the time, but after that they forget. So sometimes opulence for devotee who knows how to deal with it, like Srila Prabhupada. He could have got unlimited opulence and he knows how to use it for preaching. But somebody else gets even little bit and gets attached to it. Like the story, there was one guy and he was working and he got 1 paisa. It was during long time ago. 1 paisa was all right. So he was very happy and he said, I'll enjoy this 1 paisa at some point. But right now, that's my treasure. So I have to hide the 1 paisa. Where will I hide it? Okay, I will hide it in the wall of a kingdom. Nobody will look there. So he put it between the stones there. He knew where it is, nobody else knew. And then he goes home. And then he comes home and a few days later, then there is a festival in the village. So the wife says, I would like to go for the festival. I got 1 paisa. And the man, okay, we will go. I also got 1 paisa. So then we will put it together. We have 2 paisas and we can go and enjoy ourselves in the festival. So then, fine. Okay, so then it's hot. No, hotter than this. It's humid, hot, sun is, it's a noontime, and he is very happily running to get the paisa. At the time, there's the king, he is outside and he's just looking so hot and he's being fanned and whatever, cool down, whatever, and he's seeing, there's a guy and he's running in this heat. Is he crazy or what? He said, please call him here. As a king, I cannot see this. He is suffering so much. So he calls him. So he gets him refreshed a little bit. And then he asks him, why are you running in this heat so much, so happily? What is it that you are running for? He said, I'm going to enjoy with my wife on the festival. So where are you running? I have hidden 1 paisa in the wall, just a little bit farther, and therefore I'm going to get the paisa and then we will enjoy. Okay, it's just a paisa. All right, look, I'll give you 1 paisa and don't run there anymore, okay? Just go home and then you can enjoy. Okay. So where will you go now? I'll go to get 1 paisa and then I will go home. No, okay, I'll give you 2 paisa. And don't go there, it's far and it's hot, just go home. So, will you go home? Yeah, I will go home as soon as I get that 1 paisa also. So, okay, I'll give you a gold coin. So, will you go home? I will go home after I get 1 paisa. Okay, I'll give you a bag of gold coins. Now, you take. Will you desist from going? It's just short while. I'll just get the paisa and then go with the bag of gold coins home. Okay, so the king, now he is very determined. So stop him. So, all right, look, I'll give you half the kingdom. Will you stop going for the 1 paisa? He said, yes, I will stop. Okay, great. So now, okay, choose. Which half of the kingdom you want? You want the north or south? I want the north one. Okay, great. Why do you want the north one? Because the 1 paisa is hidden there in the wall. So that's the determination. That's the determination for us to enjoy. You can be offered anything, but you still keep thinking about the small little things you want to enjoy. That's the problem. And that's the demigods. Yes?
Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Jai Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.